MrBeast may be one of the options to save Power Rangers, and although this may seem like a misleading advertisement, in some ways it is not. With this video I am not saying that the famous YouTuber is interested in Power Rangers, but that he is one of the options that we can think of that can save the franchise. Why would someone like him be able to save Power Rangers? First, we have to explain how this whole franchise thing works in order to understand what we are going to continue talking about next. To explain it in a summarized and easy to understand way, I can tell you that franchises are like a product. This product is bought by big companies, and little by little they use it to get monetary benefits. Those who consume the product are us, the fans, and the general public, since we are the ones who watch the series, the movies, and buy all the collectibles. The owners of that product are the ones who decide how they are going to present it to the consumers, and that is where the problem is that we have had for a long time. When Power Rangers started in America, the reality is that no company wanted to buy this franchise because they thought it was a piece of crap. We have to be honest, and that is that many of the people who accept or reject TV proposals sometimes have no vision. Imagine if no one had accepted Power Rangers and Sabans had given up, then we would never have met our colorful superheroes. This must have happened with hundreds of TV shows that never got published because those people who accept or reject ideas sometimes have no vision. Where does MrBeast come into all this? I put this famous YouTuber as an example since right now he is the most famous person on YouTube, but the reality is that there are many other YouTubers who could do the same. Right now, there is something that is not being done, and that is that many of these famous YouTubers have the money to buy franchises and be able to create a better product with a more updated vision. All these content creators are people with very modern ideas, and although maybe some TV shows need to be forgotten, there are others that just need a change to take them to another level. We don't really know if all these YouTubers have the economic power that a big company like Hasbro has, but I'm sure they could find a way to modify a TV series in a way that modern audiences would enjoy more. I don't want to talk bad about people who are dedicated to create content for television, but they should know that many of these people are stuck in an obsolete format, and this is why pages like YouTube are the most dominant right now. There are even series that have started on YouTube, and an example of this was Cobra Kai. This series, which has had some action figures combined with the Power Rangers Ninjetti theme, started on the YouTube platform, and then they started posting it on Netflix. This lets us know that YouTube and Netflix might have a connection, and that if any YouTuber starts modifying TV series, then they might have the support of that other platform. We obviously know that Power Rangers is already having the support of Netflix, but what we want to present with this whole topic is that there must be people with a modern vision to be able to modify series like Power Rangers. Obviously, this does not disqualify the current producers of the series, as we could see that the last things we got from the franchise were spectacular, but all of us fans know that Power Rangers has the potential to go further. The other question we have to ask ourselves is, are the creative people to blame for the franchise not being as successful as it should be? The reality is that when a project fails, it can be a combination of many things, and it is very difficult to find a culprit. Let me explain this in a better way. Producers, writers, and all the creatives of a series can have hundreds of ideas, but in the end the bosses of the company are the ones who decide what is going to be done. Another break that all creatives have is the budget, and maybe you can have a great idea, but if that idea is going to consume the entire budget, then you are not going to be able to do it. Another important factor that can hold creatives back is time, since all productions are made with a target release date, and everyone must meet that goal. Finally, there are things that absolutely no one can control, and one of those things can be the appearances of the actors. Sometimes we all know that a specific character should be played by a specific actor, but if that actor is not available for whatever reason, then the final result will not be the same. This was the same thing that happened in a special episode, and we all would have liked all the original actors to appear, but this could not be achieved, and that is not the fault of the creatives. This is proof that it's not always going to be the fault of the show's creatives, so even though we may look for very creative YouTubers, we're not always going to get an awesome final product. So, what's the difference in looking for a YouTuber? The proposition of this video is not that a YouTuber should simply be the creative behind the creation of some series, but that they can be the one who has the final say. The big problem that many companies have is that sometimes those who have the last word only think about the numbers and not what the public really wants. A YouTuber could be the combination between the creative person and the person who thinks about the company's numbers. Everyone who is a YouTuber knows that in order to control a YouTube channel you have to learn everything, since in the beginning you are going to have to do everything on your own. Obviously, channels as big as MrBeast's already have a team that is in charge of doing many things, but because the YouTuber had to go through all the work areas before growing, he already knows how to do everything. Something that YouTubers have learned is that they must create content that the audience likes, that they can't be stingy when they invest money, and that you always have to take risks by creating different content. This is why people like MrBeast have such successful channels, and in each video, you can see the great economic investment they have and all the unexpected things that can happen. Obviously, we are not thinking that a TV series should be like a YouTube video, but franchises like Power Rangers need to not be stingy with the monetary investment. It needs the creatives to take risks, and it needs to not have people stopping everything creative. I don't know if you guys knew this information, but the writers of the special episode had crafted the entire story to be dark and aimed for adults. Unfortunately, the bosses at Hasbro declined this idea and asked them to transform it into something that would be suitable for the whole family. The special episode could have been the ultimate proof that Power Rangers can work as a young adult show and that it needs more darkness in its stories. It's because of moments like these that Power Rangers needs the people who have the final say to have a big vision and want to take risks by doing something different. Write in the comments if you think Power Rangers needs a big change, like this video and subscribe for more insight into Power Rangers.